Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the East Carolina University School of Dental Medicine's Convocation ceremony, honoring the Doctor of Dental Medicine graduates in the class of 2023. The academic procession is about to begin. Please silence your cell phones. Please be seated and remain seated throughout the academic procession. Session begins. Dr. Danny Harris, Clinical Assistant Professor, Department of General Dentistry, is carrying the School of Dental Medicine flag. Dr. Stephen Thompson, Clinical Associate Professor and Division Director of Oral and Maxillofacial Surgery, is bearing the East Carolina University School of Dental Medicine's ceremonial mace. The mace was specifically commissioned for the School of Dental Medicine for the Convocation ceremony. The 2023 Doctor of Dental Medicine graduates of the East Carolina University School of Dental Medicine are now entering the auditorium. Faculty marshals for the Doctor of Dental Medicine graduates are Dr. Roopsie Carr, Clinical Associate Professor in the Department of General Dentistry. Dr. Aziz Alaroux, Professor and Division Director of Basic Sciences and Interim Chair, Department of Foundational Sciences. Dr. Lee Kahn, Associate Professor and Chair, Department of General Dentistry. Dr. Michael Webb, Clinical Associate Professor and Chair, Department of Pediatric Dentistry, Orthodontics, and Dentofacial Orthopedics. The faculty of the East Carolina University School of Dental Medicine are now entering the auditorium. The marshal for the faculty is Dr. Wallace McCarley, Clinical Associate Professor and Division Director of Orthodontics, Department of Pediatric Dentistry, Orthodontics, and Dentofacial Orthopedics. Party is now entering the auditorium, being led by Dean Greg Chadwick. The platform party includes the deans, honored faculty, and other dignitaries.
Will the audience please rise for the invocation? Mr. Tarek Cox, Director of Admissions, will offer the invocation. Gentlemen, please remove your caps.
I invite you to join me for a moment of prayer. O granter of life and blessings, we come today thanking you for the journey, one that started 4 years ago for the class of 2023. Many were nervous, excited, unsure, but they are all here now 4 years later, sitting here in the auditorium with many of their supporters that knew that they could achieve the title of doctor. We are grateful for the faculty and staff who reminded them daily of their why. We are grateful for the family members who often wondered how they would survive with their loved ones living miles and hours apart. But every phone call, email, text message, short trips home made the days, months, and years go by quickly. To the many friends who made themselves available as a shoulder and listening ear, we say thank you. Today we give thanks, asking you to bless and guide our graduates as they reach this end and chart new beginnings. You have blessed them during the 4 years as dental students with wisdom, knowledge, and skills. Continue to challenge them to make this world a better place because of their education and the people they have encountered along the way. As you have led in the past, we ask that you continue to lead in the future. Amen.
You may be seated, and gentlemen, you replace your caps. We want to welcome you to this milestone event at East Carolina University School of Dental Medicine in honor of the class of 2023. Today we have the opportunity to celebrate our graduates' hard work, personal and financial investment, and unwavering commitment to their profession. The class of 2023 has helped build and shape the School of Dental Medicine, and we are extremely proud of each and every one of them. Before we continue with our program, we'd like to recognize a few special guests who came to celebrate today with us. Dr. Lauren Alves, retired pediatric dental medicine, pediatric dentistry faculty. Dr. Joe Hendricks, who's president of the North Carolina Dental Society, and his wife Lori. Thank you for joining us, plus several alumni who have honored us with their presence today as well. It's now my pleasure to introduce our convocation speaker. On this occasion, more than any other, we honor excellence, integrity, service, and leadership, and our speaker embodies all of those qualities. Dr. Bill Lee is a native of Greenville, North Carolina. Dr. Lee graduated from dental school with a Doctor of Dental Surgery degree in 1980. After graduation from dental school, he returned to Greenville, where he maintained a private practice for 36 years. While in private practice, Dr. Lee found that he had a strong desire to mentor others in their pursuit of a dental education. He served as adjunct faculty with the Department of Fixed Prosthodontics in Chapel Hill, as well as a preceptor in the ECU Alumni Family Medicine General Practice Residency Program for a number of years. In 2013, Dr. Lee joined the School of Dental Medicine faculty as a clinical assistant professor. Dr. Lee has spent 10 years at our school in both clinical and preclinical educational roles. He's been a guiding figure as well as a regarded mentor for our students since our inaugural class. Dr. Lee is a lifetime member of the American Dental Association, the North Carolina Dental Society, and the 5th District Dental Society, and a past president of both the East Central Dental Society and the Prima Dental Study Club, the oldest dental study club in North Carolina. He's also a co-founder of the Pankey Study Club in Eastern North Carolina. Please help me welcome Dr. Bill Lee.
Thank you, Dr. Chadwick, for that wonderful introduction. And not only is this an extraordinary honor, but The weeks of angst that I have endured at the thought of giving this commencement address have made me lose weight. So it's a win-win. Distinguished members of the faculty and staff of the dental school, family members and supporters of our graduates, and most importantly, the class of 2023, have no fear. I'm well aware that on a day of such high excitement, what you require first and foremost of any speaker is brevity. I shall not fail you in that respect. It's been almost 43 years since I graduated from dental school, and although I remember a few things about that day, I don't have a clue who the commencement speaker was, and I don't have a clue what he said that day. So acknowledging that fact, I must tell you that it was not easy for me to prepare because I have a lot to say. But today, it is all about you, the graduating class of 2023. I want to briefly speak about three things today: where you've been, where you are, and where you're going. So where have you been? Wow, what a ride. When you came in as freshmen in the fall of 2019, no one could have imagined what would lie ahead. Who could have possibly foreseen that during your spring break in March 2020, the world would be so completely different before that week was over? The coronavirus wreaked havoc on the entire world. You were told to stay home and not come back until further notice. So not only had you fought hard just to be accepted into dental school, you now faced an unseen foe that no one knew how to fight. So where are you now? Congratulations, it's graduation day. You should be supremely proud of yourselves that you've persevered, you've outlasted, you've conquered. Shortly, you will walk across this stage and officially be hooded as doctors of dental medicine. Through your hard work and resiliency, you have arrived at this moment in time. I cannot begin to express how proud I am of each and every one of you, and I know I speak for the faculty when I say that. Your remarkable journey has been an inspiration to all of us. Recently, Dr. Kellogg and I were discussing how far this class has come and how much we admire you all. Just saying. You've all had many folks that have been instrumental in getting you to this point. Never, ever miss an opportunity to give thanks to all those who supported you on your journey, including your family, especially parents and spouses, your friends, your dental school faculty, both here in Ross Hall and in the CSLCs. You have received an unparalleled education. Your dental knowledge is much like an iceberg. While you can see a large chunk of ice floating in the water, representing your knowledge to this point, there's a much larger portion below the surface, representing what you will learn in the future. Your journey has really just begun. Never stop learning. Going forward, continue to soak up all the knowledge that you can. And that brings us to your future. Where do you go from here? Over the course of my career, I was fortunate to have several mentors. There were two in particular that had a huge impact on my life. They profoundly changed me both as a dentist and as a human being. The first was Dr. Peter Dawson. He was one of those rare individuals who was a triple threat. He could produce exquisite dentistry, he could teach complex dentistry of the highest quality in the simplest terms, and he was an accomplished author. I was privileged to attend many of his courses and seminars in person, and I learned so much from him. Perhaps his greatest lesson for me was his Widiom rule. It's an acronym, W-I-D-I-O-M. Would I do it on me? In every case, every situation, he would consider the different options for a patient. If an option didn't meet his Widiom rule, if it wasn't something that he would recommend for himself, he didn't present that option to the patient. It was his guiding philosophy, and I adopted it as mine. Trust me, it's easy to lay your head down and sleep well at night if that's your guiding star. It's basically a restatement of the golden rule. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. It is so simple, yet it is so profound. Many of you have heard me talk about this in the D4 clinic, but it is so important that I wanted to re-emphasize it today. Would I recommend or do this treatment on me if I were the patient sitting in the dental chair knowing all that I know about dentistry? Or further, would I do it on my wife or my spouse or my family? If you adopt this as your foundation, it can be transformative. My second mentor was someone I never had the privilege of meeting in person because he passed away before I had that opportunity. It was Dr. L.D. Pankey. His philosophy also lives on today through thousands of practitioners who realize the value of his teachings. Dr. Pankey developed what he called the cross of life. Imagine, if you will, a cross. At the top of that vertical post is work, and at the bottom of that vertical post is play. And on one end of that horizontal beam is love, and at the other end is worship. Each of our lives has a combination of those four tenets. Dr. Pankey taught that true happiness in life can be found in the middle section of these four values. That is, when these four priorities are in balance at the center of that cross. Our lives, both professionally and personally, will create the most happiness for us and those around us when we aren't too far away from that center. How did Dr. Pankey define these four values? Work. He said, work hard and be the best you can be while doing it. Play. That's not simply recreation. It's the same letters, but it's recreation. It's a childlike spirit that helps people renew themselves through their activities. Love. We should love others, and the Greek word here is agape. It means a selfless love. That means accepting and caring for others with no expectation of reward or remuneration. And finally, worship. Whether it's through prayer, through meditation, solitude, or another form, it provides a break in the routine of life. You must make time for it. You will find stress creeps in when we lean too heavily toward any one of the four extremes. That is when we are out of balance. So find that balance. Work hard at your dentistry, but find time to enjoy your family. Have agape love for others, and make time for worship, no matter what that may mean to you. I love this quote attributed to an unknown author. In the end, it's not the years in your life that count, it's the life in your years. After the life in my years has been counted, when I'm lying in repose and people are walking by and viewing me there, I hope they'll say, he was a good man. He was a great husband, a great father. Oh, he was a wonderful dentist. He gave much of his time and resources to church and charity. But what I really hope they'll say is, I think he moved. Congratulations, class of 2023. Godspeed.
Thank you, Dr. Lee. It's a privilege to serve as dean and an honor to be able to participate in this convocation ceremony. You know, today is really the highlight of our academic year, and this is why our faculty and all of us are here, is to bring you to this point here today. On this important day, we're pleased to call upon our faculty who are directly responsible for our students' education. The faculty are endowed with the authority to acknowledge our students' accomplishments and recommend them for graduation. We would like to ask the faculty to stand in symbolic support of our graduates. Thank you. You may be seated. ECU School of Dental Medicine is fortunate to have engaged and talented staff members. A number of those staff members are here today to celebrate with you, and we'd like to ask them to stand and be recognized as well. Would the staff members in the audience please stand up? Thank you. You may be seated. We'd now like to ask the family members and loved ones, friends and supporters of our graduates to stand so that your graduates and the rest of us can express our gratitude for your support. Would all of you please stand? Thank you. We're now ready to begin to individually recognize and hood the Doctors of Dental Medicine graduates. Will the marshals for the Doctors of Dental Medicine graduates please bring the graduates forward? The class of 2023 has honored 2 of our faculty members by selecting them to Hood, our Doctors of Dental Medicine graduates. Dr. Louise Sensi is a clinical assistant professor and division director of operative dentistry in the Department of General Dentistry. Dr. Chaneet Guman is a clinical associate professor in the Department of General Dentistry and is a director of the school's interprofessional education program. I'm pleased to introduce Dr. Maggie Pafford, Associate Dean for Student Affairs. Dr. Pafford will read the names of the graduates of the School of Dental Medicine. Dr. Pafford.
As you may have already noted, we do have professional photographers assisting us in documenting today's celebration. We do request that all guests remain seated and hold your applause until the very end. I assure you we will celebrate. As I read each graduate's name, I will also announce those graduates who have been chosen as honor graduates. Honor graduates will also be receiving gold cords in recognition of their outstanding academic accomplishments. Rebecca Marie Agner. Joel M. Anil. Hannah Mackenzie Austin. Sung Bayek. Fiandra Demita Baldwin. Haley A. Bass. Mackenzie Constance Jared Drew Cole. Harrison James Connor. Harrison James Connor will be receiving the Doctorate of Dental Medicine degree with honors. Joshua Manning Cook. Joshua Manning Cook is receiving the Doctorate of Dental Medicine degree with honors. Madison Elizabeth Covey. Pejman Degani. Rachel Elizabeth Downs. Benjamin David Aker. William G. Farrell, Jr. Charlene Enope Vicky. Ricky Kumar Guy. Connie Lutz Godwin. Taylor D. Harris. Lauren Elizabeth Hobson. Raul Garcia Hurtado. Brianna Christine Ingram. Gregory Trandon Lee Jefferson. Talha Karimi. Talha Karimi is receiving the Doctorate of Dental Medicine degree with honors. Luz Elena Lopez. Taylor Baird Mast. Taylor Baird Mast is receiving the Doctorate of Dental Medicine degree with honors. Jeremy D. Medlock. Octavia Celise Miller. Nathaniel E. Mitchum. Kayla Marie Morris. Tiffany Kennedy Olson. Christian Jamal Penister. Cody Clinton Finn. Morgan Lee Phillips Alexander. Chelsea Elaine Pickett. Harvey Hatcher Shiflett V. Justin McLaughlin Scheimer. Jacqueline Melissa Smollett. Andy Min Truong. Marguerite Marie Vandervorst. Sahil Vasa. Richa Valles. Abigail Christine Warren. Benjamin Dean Williams. Courtney Danielle Williams. Preston A. Wilson. Corey Allen Winkler. Carrie Solmaz Wordsworth. Carrie Solmaz Wordsworth is graduating with honors, receiving the Doctorate of Dental Medicine degree. Anna O'Brien Yates. Dallas Matthew Young. Congratulations to all of the members of the East Carolina University School of Dental Medicine, class of 2023! Yes!
Congratulations to the class of 2023. At the School of Dental Medicine, we have a tradition of each class developing its own unique class pledge. The class of 2023 developed their class pledge in 2021 as a reflection of their professional aspirations and commitments, and many of you will remember this pledge because they first read it at their white coat ceremony in 2021. Today, graduates, you stand before family, friends, faculty, colleagues, ready to become dental professionals. You know as a class, you have had as a class the opportunity to articulate your commitment to your profession before. To signify that commitment, we ask that you read your class pledge in front of this audience today. To lead the graduates in reading of the class pledge, I'm pleased to call upon Dr. Maggie Wilson, our Vice Dean. Dr. Wilson.
It's always scary. Together, you all developed your class pledge as a formal affirmation of your obligations to your patients, to your community, and your profession. Would y'all please stand and join me in its reading? And for the members of our audience, the Convocation pledge is on the inside front cover of the Convocation program. And I would like to ask you all to please do read along. We would like your family members and loved ones to hear your voices. As future doctors of dental medicine, we, the class of 2023, commit ourselves to valuing and appreciating the diversity among us that makes us stronger, realizing our potential through self-assessment and lifelong learning, and treating our patients with integrity, empathy, and beneficence. We commit to having the courage to ask for help when we need it, asking as stewards of our discipline, not owners of it, and remaining steadfast in our pursuit of evidence-based knowledge and clinical excellence. We commit to being healthcare providers dedicated to integrated care, making service the cornerstone of our practice to ensure no one is forgotten, demonstrating leadership as we influence others based on trust, and learning from the past to build toward the future. It is with unwavering resolve that we pledge ourselves to the betterment of our patients, the service of our communities, and the future of our profession.
You may be seated. A key part of the mission of the ECU School of Dental Medicine is to prepare leaders to serve their communities. And we're pleased to be graduating a class full of leaders who are ready to go forward and serve their communities. It is now my distinct pleasure to call upon two leaders in the class president and the vice president of the class of 2023, Dr. Corey Winkler and Dr. Joshua Cook.
Good evening, everyone. Ladies and gentlemen, I have a special announcement to make. The outlook wasn't brilliant for the Mudville 9 that day, but today we are celebrating a true champion of dental education. It is my pleasure to announce that Dr. Kellogg has been named the recipient of this year's Outstanding Faculty Award for his outstanding dedication to his students and to the field of dentistry. Dr. Kellogg is a hardworking, dedicated, and passionate teacher who has gone above and beyond to support his students. After retiring from private practice in 2015, he decided to start teaching pre-doctoral dental students at the other dental school, UNC Adams School of Dentistry, as well, luckily, as our School of Dental Medicine. Luckily, in 2016, he saw the light and decided to fully dedicate himself to inspiring and pushing Pirate Nation's dentists to new heights, and has not slowed down since. Now, if you've ever had the pleasure of working with Dr. Kellogg in the clinic, you might have heard him drop one of his favorite catchphrases. Just saying. There is so much more to this man than just a witty quip. Dr. Kellogg has an incredible wealth of knowledge and experience and is always willing to go the extra mile to help his students succeed. In fact, it was his dedication and hard work that earned him the esteemed honor of being named one of the Hooders for the class of 2022. And now the class of 2023 could not be more excited to announce that they've chosen Dr. Kellogg as this year's award recipient. So Dr. Kellogg, we just wanted to take a moment to thank you from the bottom of our hearts for the tireless hours you've spent shaping the future of dentistry through educating your students. Your passion, energy, and commitment to excellence have not gone unnoticed. Congratulations on this well-deserved honor. I'm glad I had
that. We would love to be able to present Dr. Kellogg's award to him right now. Very good.
Thank you, Dr. Winkler and Dr. Cook, and congratulations again, Dr. Kellogg. On behalf of the School of Dental Medicine and the university, I congratulate all of our graduates. We're proud to celebrate this day with you. You're now a doctor of dental medicine. You have changed and grown since you arrived the first day in dental school in August of 2019. In many ways, you're a different person. But we hope the one thing that has not changed is your enthusiasm and your passion for helping other people, the people of North Carolina, and playing a significant role in improving their health in the future, especially those people who have not had access to care heretofore. On this occasion, and on others in the future, take a moment to reflect the reasons that you expressed in your personal statement that accompanied your dental school application. Why you hope to be a dentist someday. Well, that day has come. You're now a dentist, and you've earned the opportunity to fulfill that wish. When you walked off the stage a few minutes ago, Miss Felicia Bridgers handed you a letter. We hope that you'll take a few minutes First of all, I want you to notice that letter hopefully is the first piece of mail that's addressed to Dr. So-and-so. And we hope that in that letter, that you will find a copy of your personal statement, the one that you wrote that accompanied your application to dental school. So take a moment in the next couple of days to reflect upon the real reason that you're here today. Yes, you're now dentists, but you're also leaders. Your leadership skills and your passion in the service of others will continue to be called upon throughout your careers. I am confident that your class will continue to rise to the occasion, whether you're living in a rural area in our state, or whether you're living in an urban area in our state, or in another city someplace. We still expect the same thing from you. Look around, and you will see not only your family and your friends and classmates and professors. You're looking at your School of Dental Medicine family. Everyone in this auditorium shares a connection to our school. As you move on with your careers, remember that we will continue to encourage and believe in you. And like all family, we welcome you back with open arms, so come back often. We would like everyone in the audience to stand as Dr. Nikki Tucker, Clinical Assistant Professor and Division Director of Pediatric Dentistry, Department of Pediatric Dentistry, Orthodontics, and Dentofacial Orthopedics, offers the benediction. Dr. Tucker.
Do not follow where the path may lead. Go, instead, where there is no path, and leave a trail. Ralph Waldo Emerson. Go out in happiness. Celebrate your accomplishment. Go out in confidence, clothed and equipped with all that you have learned at the ECU School of Dental Medicine. Go out with your ships: leadership, friendship, mentorship, doctorship, and communityship. Nurture and keep them always. Bravo, class of 2023. Go out in love and light.
Thank you, Dr. Tucker. You may be seated. As we near the end of the School of Dental Medicine Convocation ceremony, we would like to invite all of you to join the graduates and their guests and return to Ross Hall for refreshments. So one final time to say farewell.
Ladies and gentlemen, please remain seated during the academic recessional. The academic recessional will begin now. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for your patience. You may now join your graduates outside of Wright Auditorium beside the trustees' fountain. Thank you for honoring us with your presence today.